Okay, Jerry Mauro has allowed me to record him so that I can sell his image, sell him to the world. Right, Jerry?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, legend. You know I love you. You're one of a kind. And did you see the thumbnail I did for you?
Yes, I love it.
You are, excuse me, Sir Huntington Beach. And when I saw that Italian word meaning sir, like a man, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna love this. So I thought it was just fitting for you, Jerry. Can I give a quick background of how I got to meet you?
Absolutely.
So I got to meet this amazing man. I did a panel years ago, 2018, early 2018, and Jerry came there, and you was just vibrant. You were with another one of your associates, Bridget,
Yep.
and there was somebody else, right? There were three of you, weren't there, Jerry, that came to that?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you were just vibrant, and you were full of life, and you almost controlled the audience. That's what I think I noticed you was you had a not a, I say this in a positive way, Jerry, not a, you have an authority, yet it's a classy quality fun. That's what it is. There's something exciting about you, and that's, I'm bloody excited right now, Jerry.
Well, thank
And that's, I'm glad to be interviewing you, because also I know you well. So give us a quick backstory about you, my friend, your history, your legacy, where you're from, and give me some of that rich East Coast attitude.
I can go back there like in 2 minutes. I'm originally a Jersey boy, 9 different states, aeronautical engineering. I used to test airplanes for Gates Learjet, McDonnell Douglas, and then Boeing. And once Boeing told me they were closing facilities, I had houses in multiple areas where I had to test airplanes. So I hired real estate agents to sell my houses, and I could not believe what I had to deal with. So I was just totally disgusted by the quality of the realtors. So I went back to school and got my license, and then got my broker's license, so that I didn't have to deal with realtors again, unfortunately. I'm so smart. I'm so smart.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, man. Yes, carry on, please.
I'm so smart that, I went to school so I didn't have to deal with real estate agents. And I'm so smart that now I have to deal with them every day. So,
Everything. And now you're one of them. Absolutely. Oh, man. Oh, Jerry. What I do like, though, is you never change. Like, every time I see you, there's a big smile on your face. And like, there's almost like an unlimited, endless opportunities for you. Like, everything's opportunity for you. So even though we're in COVID, I see you out there. I see you doing things. I see you trying to empower people. And you do have a great sense of humor about you. And what I love about people with a sense of humor, to me, is a sign of intelligence. Jay, if you look at comedians, those are not dumb individuals. They're highly intelligent. I believe comedians should actually be our politicians, because they'll cut straight to the bloody garbage and hit you so hard, my friend. You know what I mean, Jerry?
yes.
There's a video you put on your Facebook about, I'm sorry, Jerry. There's a video on Facebook you put about that parrot, that parrot that thinks it's a dog. Oh my gosh, Jerry. Oh man. Oh, I thought that's so you, because I know your parrot. I'm sorry to call him your parrot, because he's got so much character. He's got more character than most human beings, almost, in a sense. Hey, Jerry. What's his name?
Well, I have a white Mullican. He's Joey. I'm Italian, so I got Italian.
Of course, Joey. Yeah, of course.
I got Joey and Vino. Like my little double yellow head. Everybody wants a bird that talks. I have one that doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
He repeats everything. So you got to be careful around the house. So they keep me entertained. Well, that's my other birds outside. I'm sitting. I moved my office, because my office was in a room, and now I moved it. I'm looking out the most beautiful greenbelt trees areas, just beautiful lighting. It's just a nice, instead of being in a room, I'm looking out at nature, birds. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous where I'm sitting. So I changed my environment for my office, which has been really, really nice for me. I can sit here all day. I'll make more money sitting here than most people running around all day. Your environment has a lot to do with your spirit, your energy, what you see. And I'm just in a really nice, comfortable place by moving my office. I closed one yesterday.
Yes, I saw that, Jay. You've closed a few. I've seen some sold during quarantine. What, it has been almost 6 weeks now, right? That we've been in quarantine.
Yeah.
Man, Jerry, and I'm so impressed. And that's how I want to do this interview. I want to know, I know it's not trade secrets, but I want to know what you're doing during this time to make this happen. Because for me, it's stalled, but I haven't quit. What I'm trying to say, Jerry, is I see you closing. I'm not closing. So, and it's not that I'm doing something wrong, but maybe it's my mindset that I'm kind of in anticipation, steering back. But I do have a lot of good things going on, by the way. I have some really big mother
you
effing
always
deals.
You always do.
Jerry, I honestly, he is so good. He is so good because when I've got it in writing, I will share some stuff with you. It's going to be in writing. It's all just talk. It's all just conversations until it's confirmed. Yeah.
Well, you have to think it, then you have to communicate it, then you have to put it on paper so that you can set your goal with your plan, and then you can take action. And that's just the way we do business. As an engineer, aeronautical engineering, everything I do is, the first thing I do is I put everything down. You got to take your thoughts, you got to put them on paper so you can correlate them. And then you set your goal, and you have to have, a goal is one thing, but you have to have the plan to get to the goal. So by writing everything down, it's like when you have a problem, somebody says, well, how do you fix it? Well, the first thing you have to do is you got to look at the problem. You got to digest it. You got to understand the system and what happened. You have to collect your data before you can make a decision. Everybody wants to know up front, well, what's wrong? But you just can't say what's wrong, because an engineer, you got to collect your data before you can come up with a resolution. So you look at the pandemic, and you look at what has happened, and you just have to do things that are different. I had a real estate agent call me about 3 days ago telling me he's ready to change companies. Jerry, I'm changing companies. And I says, well, what happened? You were doing really good. He goes, well, I had 6 sales last year. And I says, well, where'd you get your buyers from? He says, well, I'm not a listing agent, so I got them all at open house. And I says, well, okay. I says, well, why are you looking to change companies? He goes, well, they're not doing anything, and they're not doing this, and they're not doing that. I says, well, he got all his business last year from doing open house.
Open houses, man. Contact sport. This is a contact sport, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, open houses are gone.
Oh, okay.
So
thank you, Jerry. In front of the whole world, thank you, Jerry Del Mauro. Yes.
So now he's like, I'm changing companies because I got to do this and I got to do that. So he's looking, the only, for 2.5 years that he's been in the business, he's been doing open houses and being successful and having 5 or 6 sales a year, but he's never worked on his skill set. So what has happened is, all of a sudden they pulled the carpet out from underneath him. There's no more open houses. And now he doesn't know what to do.
Got it, Jerry. Got it.
So he's thinking about changing companies, going to different companies, because what he's used to is no longer available. He's had a lot of listing agents in his office that he can do open houses for. Well, that's all gone. What do you do now? So,
well, Jerry, what do you do? Now, let's pretend that's me. I'm calling you. Because I love open houses. I'm in the same predicament. Because to me, real estate is a contact sport. Okay, so same thing for me is I went from doing open houses to no open houses. What was your advice? Let's talk about that.
Well, the number one thing is that you have a product, and if you can't show the product, you can't sell the product. Nobody, at least a lot of people, investors might buy homes online without looking at them, but for a family, it's a personal decision. So you have to have access to the home. I took one of my clients recently and I moved him out for a week. And I did open houses. I had open houses. I had my forms there. I had masks there. I had gloves there. I had sanitizer there. I had everything there because I'm going to sell this house.
Nice, Jerry.
And besides a virtual open house, the house was open. I had people. I looked online, reverse marketed the property, looked who's seen it, and I told everybody, I will be at the property from this time to this time if you'd like to see it. I'll have everything you need to walk through it. And I had people I had 3 people go through the property, a family, and then when they left, the next group went through. And by doing that, on one of these properties, I had 5 offers on this property. This property I just closed yesterday in Anaheim, 5 offers.
During this time,
During this time.
COVID-19, quarantine, shutdown,
Yep.
economy shut down, Jerry. Wow.
Yeah.
Well done, man. And of course you would, because Jerry, it's not the brand that you're with, and it's not, of course, the people you surround yourself with, but it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's you. The reason that you're not succeeding is not because of the shutdown or life events. It's actually you. You're responsible, accountable at the end of the day, right, Jerry?
Well, I'm responsible to my customers, my clients. So, and if something changes like the pandemic that we're going through, if we continue to do the same thing, it's not going to work. Every single day, I look at this market, looking out my windows, every single day, the market changes. And if we're doing the same thing every day, we're going to fail. 2007 and 2008 were the worst 2 years in real estate since the Great Depression. And they were my best years. I made more money in 2007 and 08 than I've made in any other years.
Right.
Because what happens is everybody looks at it as, oh my God, what are we going to do? You can't look at it as that. You got to look at it as, okay, we got change coming. I love change. Yeah.
So change is good, Jerry. Change is very good. Yeah.
Change promotes growth. And the environment that we're in now, we have to change. We have to change the way we do things. We have to change the way we market on social media. We have to change the way we're, communicating. I had a listing presentation just like we're having right now. I sent them everything. I sent them a PowerPoint presentation. I had them look through my presentation before we even went online and met each other. They already knew about me, my sales. I sent them interviews from my past clients. I sent them letters of recommendation. They got my complete package before I even met them online. Before I even talked to them, they knew all about me, my family, my children, the type of person I am, the type of father that I am, the type of realtor that I am, how many years I've been doing it. They knew everything about me before we even met online. So
one thing I do like about you, Jerry, is and I mean this in the most transparent way possible, because I know you won't get offended, is a lot of mature agents don't really get technology. Maybe because they're scared of it or they fear it. However, I know you because you've always asked me, Kevin, what's going on out in the market? What's the new, what type of technology? What's the advancement? What do you think of this company or that brand? You always have questions, but one thing what that resonates to all of those queries is technology. You are one that is, you face technology in you face it straight on. It doesn't deter you at all. And why is that? Is that because you have an engineering background, or you see the benefits of it, or really it's just you have to because you have no other choice, Jerry?
Well, we have to. Change promotes growth, and technology is changing every single day. Or just like the pandemic, everything is changing every day. You look at Keller Williams, where you're at. They are ahead of the game. What they are developing, what they're creating, their marketing, their follow-up system, the lead generation, the AI, everything that they're doing is, look at Compass. They're, a lot of these companies are changing towards technology. Here's a perfect example. Look at us. We're having a meeting because we can't meet in person.
Right.
So here's our meeting. We're using technology to meet and to educate. So we have to do the same. And
Jay, we're down the road from each other. I mean, literally in 15 minutes, we could be having coffee together. Yes. However, here we are taking care of business.
Yeah, we have to embrace it. And a lot of companies right now are behind the times with their technology, and they're trying to catch up. And as they're trying to catch up, the companies that are already ahead of the game are still moving forward. So you have to look at, and even if your company doesn't provide you with the technology, doesn't mean you can't learn or utilize the technology yourself. Some realtors will go to companies where they're giving away half of their commission because the companies offer a lot. Then you can go to a company that basically doesn't take any commission off you. You almost keep everything. but you don't get anything. So
Right.
you got to find that balance of, as an individual, whether you want the company to provide it or you want to provide it for yourself. And if you don't, yesterday I hired a writer. My first time in
Nice, Jerry.
in 20 in 23 years in real estate, I hired a writer. I have an interview set up today in an hour at 12 o'clock.
Excellent.
With a person that is going to be building a new listing presentation. So I have the writer writing it. I have somebody that's going to build it. This presentation will be video. It'll be a slideshow. It'll be printable. It'll be emailable. It'll be able to go out in any direction that I want it to.
So it's very interactive, your presentation.
Yeah, well, it depends on what happens with the virus. This week we're still in lockdown.
Right.
2 weeks from now we might have pandemic number 2. So we have to be prepared for the unknown and what's coming. And right now, technology is our greatest tool that we need to incorporate and get in. Or if we don't have it in our business, we're already behind the times. So,
right.
Yeah. And what I'm thinking of doing is, number one, we have to watch the experts. We have to watch.
Yes.
We're realtors. We'll sell 20, 30 houses a year, but we have to watch what the builders are doing. These are the guys that are selling 10,000 homes a year.
Right.
So what I recently did, I have a client that I'm looking for a property in the Inland Empire. So I went out and looked at new construction. But while I'm out there looking for new construction, I'm also looking at what the builders are doing and asking them what they're doing and what kind of social media marketing they're doing, what kind of advertising they're doing. So you go out there and you learn from the pros, which are the builders. Watch what they're doing and incorporate it in your business. We're never, ever, we have to learn every single day. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care what you do. We will learn from each other doing this. We'll learn from each other. We'll learn from someone that we meet at the supermarket. You learn from everyone that you come across.
Jerry, is that because of because a lot of people are scared of technology, or the reason being is I do videos. So I say, this is how you create a YouTube channel. This is how you do a Zoom conference call. And people contact me and are so grateful for me sharing how to do that. Where what I'm trying to say is, how come there's not enough initiative taken for them to go and just figure it out? Why does somebody else have to guide or direct them through that step-by-step process, instead of like you, who will go do some self-discovery and then maybe even invent it themselves? Like you create a whole new presentation for yourself that you're inventing that nobody else has. What's the disconnect there, Jay? Is it just fear or lack of knowledge, understanding?
I believe it's a mental block, and when they're uncertain about something, it's hard to take that next step.
Okay.
And it's almost like frightening. It's almost like I have to talk to somebody to help me, and I should know this. So a lot of people are hesitant. But what they have to learn, I'll tell you a story about my children. When I was raising my children, my daughter is now 30, my son is 29, and I taught him a lesson. There was a baby crying, and they're going, "Dad, that baby." I says, "You can learn from that baby crying." And he says, "What are you going to learn from a baby crying?" And I told him, I says, "Well, sometimes they cry because they have teething pain. Sometimes they cry when they're hungry. Sometimes they cry when they're not feeling good or they're constipated.
Yeah.
And they cry differently. So you can learn from a baby, never mind from another adult. Never mind."
Okay. Very good, Jerry. Very good.
So no matter who we meet, whether it's a child or a broker or another realtor, or sometimes we're going to run, we're in the business 20 something years. We will learn from a realtor that's been in the business for 2 weeks, because they have a different upbringing, they have a different education, they have a different outlook on life. Learn from them. So I think a lot of people are hesitant when they don't know anything or they don't know something. They're almost kind of embarrassed to ask about it, when we should be asking everybody and everywhere, and everyone that we meet, to ask them for guidance. What are they doing? What's working? How did you learn that? If you don't know something, ask. If you don't want to do something, like I've been reading so much on writing that, I'm not a writer. So I hired a writer. You know,
Well
for
done. Well done.
a couple $100, and my whole listing presentation is going to be completely rewritten. Come on. I can work on marketing while my writer's writing. I can work on social media advertising while my person is building my new presentation for me. We can't do everything, but we'd like to. We have to learn to give things up. You know, it's like a transaction coordinator. You know, when do you give up your files? When you want to grow your business.
Absolutely.
If you're working your files, you can't grow your business.
Right.
So there's certain times where you have to give up things so that you can grow. And if you don't give up something, you're not going to grow. If you don't ask, you're not going to grow.
You know what? And in saying that, Jerry, that's good management. When you can pick your battles wisely, like you were saying, rather focus on your core business is selling homes, buying, selling, and investing in real estate. If you start focusing on writing or even trying to master social media, Jerry, how are you going to fund your lifestyle? Because that doesn't pay your bills. Now, if you're a master social media guru, different story. Don't go sell real estate because that's not your forte. Hire an expert because they know the contracts. Because we know contracts, Jerry, those things are scary. And you have to read them line by line. I remember when I got into real estate back in 2012, I had a badass broker at that time. It was an ex-cop. He was just brutal, but an amazing human being because he changed my life. He's down there, south, Dana Point. This guy would maybe go door knock in the rain, Jerry. Here I am, this little silver spoon feet from a nice neighborhood, and I meet this guy in a nice neighborhood, but he says, oh, no, because I had no sphere, go door knock. But I'm like, it's raining. Do you have an umbrella? No, go buy one. I mean, there wasn't an objection that this guy could crush me on. And so I guess I'd be door knocking in Newport Beach, Jerry. Now, let me tell you the looks I got from those people. I'm better and I'm door knocking. Honestly, inside I was crying, Jerry. I was crying. Let me tell you what, I walked away from that badass. I walked away from that, you know what? That was nothing. Let me tell you what happened, Jerry. People invited me into their homes. When they saw me in the rain, they felt sorry for me, or they thought this guy's an amazing guy, and they invited me into their homes. So sometimes you think the most obscure objection in the world, rain, will stop it. No, it didn't. So you're right. Whether it's a virus, whether it's a economy crashing, there's ways for us to be fluid and to change and bridge and transform to that process. Jerry, I want to go back to your kids quickly because I think a lot of people can learn from you. I'm going to put Jerry's contact details in the description box below. Please reach out to Jerry. He is a local expert in real estate agent, licensed realtor in Orange County. You live in Huntington, right, Jerry?
That's correct.
But let me tell you what, Jerry's fearless. He'll go in. He does a lot of transactions. He works with high-end clients, and he's a high-end client himself. Jerry, I want to go back to your kids. By the way, they're gorgeous. Your son's stunning. Your daughter's stunning. That has a lot to say for you because just seeing what you shared on social media, because you know I spend hours a day on social media. They seem very sophisticated. They seem to have I'm not saying they're perfect, Jerry. I'm not saying that, but they seem to have their heads on correct. Your son seems to be young and successful. He's 29, you said?
29.
29, come on, dude. Look at the light. I saw he's living some cool lifestyle. Your daughter is a diamond. So I don't know. I didn't see too much there, but I can see the glory, how when you were with them, both of you, you're shining. He shone and your daughter shone. Tell me that skill that you gave your kids, that confidence, because I'm impressed, man. Your son, he's doing well, Jerry.
Yeah.
On his own terms. I mean, you can't take credit for being his dad. However, him going out into the world in another state, in another economy, in another business, doing well, says a lot for you, Jerry.
Yeah, my children are my greatest blessing. It's hard to explain to people that I go to sleep every single night, and I don't worry about my children at all. I don't spend a second of my day worrying about my children. My daughter, she's 30. She went to Colorado State, a psychology major. She's a probation officer in Colorado. My son double majored out of Boston University, finance and computer information systems. He's in Chicago working for Price Waterhouse. I mean, they're strong, they're street smart, they're educated, you know, they're confident. I don't have to, you know, my daughter, you know, when you have daughters, we want our daughter to be adorable and cute and smart and tough and to understand guys with their lines of bullshit. You know, we got to teach them a little bit of everything. You know, we want them to be well-rounded. Well, you got to be careful because you might create something like I did. My daughter will basically kick my ass.
Jerry, she'll kick your ass, Jerry.
Oh my God.
Yours and your sons, but all of you, yeah.
So they're just they're, you know, you love them as best as you can, and you're always there for them. And they pick up your ethics, your morals, your love, your caring, your nurturing. You know, my children are everything.
So Jerry, I want to end this call. I'm having a blast, but I want to end this because I want to end with this keynote. Can you give any of us advice in the business world, in real estate, in owning businesses, in those that are just loving the town right now, not loving the town? What advice can you give from you, Jerry, to kind of just get us into this next chapter of the new normal, I guess, Jerry?
I would, if I can say anything to anybody, I'd say this to my children. I'd say this to you, to anybody, is just be yourself. There's a reason why our eyes are all different. There's a reason why we all look different. There's a reason why our fingerprints are different. We're all a blessing from God, and what we have to do is just be ourselves. Be ourselves and do your best for everything and everything you do. I don't care if you're cleaning toilets. I'm going to have the cleanest damn toilet there is. I don't care if I'm selling your house. You're going to have the best marketing, the best advertising. Doesn't matter what you do in life. You give it your all. You do your best, and life rewards you.
I love that, Jerry. I love it. Thank you so much for your time, Jerry. You're an absolute blessing, my friend. You're a legend. You know how much I like you. Hey, is it okay if I share details below that they can reach out to you, contact you?
Absolutely, anytime.
Hey, Jerry, be safe, my friend. I'll see you very soon. As soon as this is all over, we'll have some coffee again together, share some trade secrets, what's going in the market. Have a great day, my friend. Thank you for your time, Jerry.
I love you, my friend, and I wish you the best always.
Thank you. Cheers, Jerry. Bye-bye.